My works featured in this exhibition deal in several ways with landscape and the increasing concerns people are expressing around the world about the Anthropocene era, which is this era we are living in now, showing the effect of humanity on nature and ecological systems. In light of the current COVID-19 pandemic, these concerns seem to me to be even more pressing. My screen prints are part of a series entitled Shadowscapes. In them, I use some of the visual language of a previous installation I made called The Weight of the Dead, in which I suspended broken and dry tree roots, trunks and branches and lit them so that the shadows became an integral part of the installation. For the screen prints, the master printer and I came up with new ways to cast shadows of trees directly onto the screens which are used for making the screen prints, so that the resulting prints become a layered combination of the actual shadows cast by the branches and the twigs, plus manipulated photographs of the initial installation and its shadows, and then combined with elements derived from my drawings of the shadows. Each print in the series is titled with reference to my research underpinning this body of work. I hope that these works will engage the viewer slightly differently each time in appreciating the beauty and poignancy of the shadows cast by trees and forests in particular, and then in general the threats to nature. Two works from the series of bronzes, entitled The Landscape Bronzes, are included in the exhibition. They are based on the idea of transformation of something which is apparently without value, a dead twig or a branch or a piece of uprooted root body of a tree. Something that we would overlook becomes valuable when we transform it into a precious material like bronze, and also when we transform it into an artwork. The method that's used to make these bronzes is very interesting. Molten bronze at an enormous temperature, I think it's 1,200 degrees, is poured directly onto the wood, and the wood literally vaporizes. It disappears. I really like that idea. The idea that all that's left is the transformation, the translation of the wood into something else. The original is gone. All that's left is the derivative, or in a way, the shadows, a shadow in a metaphorical sense. The larger bronze weighs 33 kilograms. It feels like I'm carrying a dead body when I move it from place to place. It's so heavy and difficult to lift and move. That reinforces for me the idea of the disappearance, or the metaphorical death of the original, and most of my sculptural works deal with this idea. The bronze, when it emerges from the foundry process, is originally a pretty pinkish gold color. And then we patinate it with a selection of chemicals. That's an important part of the production process, to turn the bronze into greys, a series of greys, with some whites and browns and greens included, so that the bronze sculpture eventually looks quite a lot like the original piece of root or dry piece of wood. I like that ambiguity in the work.